Today we're going to learn how to cross multiply and to use cross multiplication to find the product of multiplying fractions. The first step that I want you to do is write an equal sign or a not equal to sign in the answer box and then calculate the cross products. And I'm going to show you how to do that. When you're given two fractions, so let's say you have 2/4 and 10/15. To find out whether they are equal fractions or not equal fractions, we have to multiply those fractions by a number so that both denominators will have a common denominator. A number that both 4 and 15 go into evenly is 60. So if we multiply 4 from 2/4, if we multiply 4 times 15, we'll get 60. And whatever you multiply the denominator by, you also have to multiply the numerator by. So 2 times 15 equals 30. So 2/4 is also equal to 30/60. And for 10/15, to find the common denominator, you have to multiply 15 times 4 to also get 60. So now they have common denominators. And since we multiplied the denominator by 4, we also need to multiply the numerator by 4. 10 times 4 equals 40. So 10/15 is also equal to 40/60. So 30/60 and 40/60 are not equal. So we will put the not equal to sign in the box. Step 2, we're going to take the fractions 2/4 and 10/15 and we're going to cross multiply. We're going to draw an arrow from the right-hand side denominator to the left-hand side numerator, which will give us 15 times 2, which equals 30. And then we're going to take the left-hand denominator and multiply it times the right-hand side numerator, 4 times 10, which gives us 40. Again, 30 and 40 are not equal. For number 2, we have 1/4 and 5/20. And again, we need to find a common denominator for these two fractions. And since 4 goes into 20, that's the common denominator I'm going to use. So I have to take 1/4, and in order to make the denominator 20, I need to multiply 4 times 5, which equals 20. And since I multiplied the denominator by 5, I also have to multiply the numerator by 5, which gives me 5. So 1/4 is also equal to 5/20. And since this fraction was already 5/20, I can either leave it like that because they have the same denominator, or I could multiply by 1 to also keep 20 as the denominator and multiply the numerator by 1 as well, which would be 5/20. 5/20 and 5/20 are equal to each other. So 1/4 and 5/20 are equal. So then I'm going to take the fractions again, 1/4 and 5/20, and again I'm going to cross multiply, taking the right-hand side denominator and multiplying it by the left-hand side numerator, which gives me 20 times 1, and that equals 20. I'm then going to take the left-hand side denominator and multiply it by the right-hand side numerator, which is 4 times 5, and that equals 20. So 20 and 20 are equal to each other. For number 3, I have the fractions 3/5 and 7/8. Again, I need to find a common denominator for these denominators, and 5 and 8 both go into 40. So 5 times 8 equals 40. I need to multiply the numerator by 8 as well. 3 times 8 equals 24. So I get 24/40 is equal to 3/5. 8 from 7/8, 8 times 5 is 40. 7 times 5 is 35. So 35/40 is equal to 7/8. 24/40 and 35/40 are not equal, so I would put the not equal to sign in the middle. Again, I'm going to take the fractions 3/5 and 7/8, and I'm going to cross multiply. 8 times 3 equals 24. 5 times 7 equals 35. 24 and 35 are not equal. If the fractions are equivalent, the cross products are equal. So here they are not equivalent, and you can see that the cross products are not equal. If I go back to number 2, where the cross products are equal, you can see that the fractions are equivalent. So they are equal to each other, the cross products are equal. If they are not equal to each other, the cross products are not equal. And lastly, to find P, and using cross multiplication, I have 4, 6 equals P over 15. I need to cross multiply, so I need to multiply 15 times 4 and 6 times P. So if I take 15 times 4 equals 60, and 6 times P equals 6P, I then get 15 times 4 is equal to 6P. I need to multiply these together then. 15 times 4 is 60. 6 times P is 6P. So I now have 60 equals 6P. I now have to get P by itself. So I need to divide each side, or do the opposite operation of this, which is multiplication. So I need to divide by 6 on this side, and that cancels out, so I have P alone. And then divide by this side, divide by 6. 60 divided by 6 is 10. P equals 10. And if you fill that in and do the cross multiplication, 15 times 4 equals 60. 6 times 10 also equals 60. Make sure that you have taken notes and written down any questions that you may have.